Today, we thank you for our governor, the man you've given to bless this state. We thank you for all the people that are here. We thank you because we know today you will reveal your glory once again. And people will know that you are always with us as a great and mighty God. We call upon you to direct the affairs of today. Bless us accordingly. This we pray in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
A very good afternoon to all of us, and we're very glad to welcome all of you for this very important engagement. We're here as His Excellency, our Governor, continues to lead a promise-keeping era in Akwa Ibom State. Let me ask that we respectfully please put our hands together and welcome our Governor, our leader, His Excellency, the Governor of our dear state, Pastor Umo Eno. Thank you very much. We welcome the Deputy Governor of our dear state, Distinguished Senator Dr. Mrs. Akwa Ibom. We celebrate your presence. The coordinator of the office of the First Lady of our dear state, Mrs. Helen Obariki, we also acknowledge and welcome you. We celebrate the presence of the Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly. Can we put our hands together and celebrate the Right Honorable Udeme Otong, the Chairman of the People's Democratic Party. We also acknowledge your esteemed presence, the Right Honorable Aniel Kanakban. Welcome. I acknowledge the Secretary to the Government of our dear state. Please can we celebrate Prince Enobongwa, the Head of the Civil Service, Elder Effiong Essien. We acknowledge and welcome you. I also acknowledge the Delivery Advisor and Chief who joined us, Permanent Secretaries, Heads of Extra Ministerial Department who joined us, Chairman of Board, celebrate and welcome you. Let me celebrate specially the and welcome you. Let me celebrate specially the SSA to the Governor and ICT as I make efforts to end on the introductions. Dr. Frank Ekpenyong, we celebrate your presence and we thank you. Please, I acknowledge all of us that are here, men, women, elders, youths in particular, because today is for the youths. Build the youths. Thank you so much. We welcome all of you and we appreciate your presence. Your Excellency, I want to respectfully, at this point, welcome the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, who would come to set the tone or give the welcome remarks at this event. Please, can you put our hands together and welcome her for these assignments. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, Ph.D. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Akwa Ibom, the Coordinator of Office of the First Lady, Mrs. Helen Obariki. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocols. Build the youths. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome His Excellency and his entourage and everyone here present to this epoch-making occasion. I am thrilled that today has become a reality. We are gathered here today to witness the doling out of 50,000 naira to 15,000 youths by our compassionate governor, our big daddy, our daddy with the pampa. And this is just the beginning. Today's payment is for October, November, and December, because His Excellency, the Governor, has promised to pay the sum of 50,000 naira to 5,000 youths every month as business grants to aid entrepreneurship development in the state, while awaiting for gainful employment. Recall that the Arise Youth Employment Portal was launched on October 21, 2024, and I make bold to say that the 15,000 youth to be paid today are all harvested from that portal. 247, His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno is thinking about how to improve the living standard of all Akwa Ibom citizens, the young, the old, women, widows, persons with disabilities, civil servants, and retirees. I therefore join the teeming Akwa Ibom people to pray for God's blessings and protection on him and his family. I also pray for majority of Akwa Ibom citizens to emulate this laudable attitude of giving and empathy. Of course, it will be foolhardy to believe everyone can be kind and compassionate. But if the majority of Akwa Ibom people can follow the example of our dear governor, then the state will be a better place for all. Once again, you're welcome. Thank you for coming, and God bless.
Thank you so much. Excellent welcome remarks from the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, emphasis on Daddy Wede Pampa. Please, can you put our hands together one more time and celebrate His Excellency, the Governor of our dear states. Very compassionate, very youth-friendly, no doubt about those remarks. Let me please welcome the Senior Special Assistant to His Excellency, the Governor on ICT, who would come to embellish the welcome remarks and give some further information on the Arise Employment Portal and, of course, this business grant for today. Dr. Frank Ekpeyon, please. Thank you.
Your Excellency, good afternoon. Permit to stand on already established protocol. Your Excellency, I will take a little bit more time to just perhaps brief everyone on where we are on the employment portal. Obviously, the Permanent Secretary, Humanitarian Affairs Ministry did suggest that, we're paying for October, November, and December, but it's very pertinent that we share some more information. So allow me maybe additional 10 minutes to just go through a presentation. Your Excellency, I think it would be a bit unfair to rush this. We have to start with the foundation. It's quite important. So I will start first to put a context to this. Why are we doing this, Your Excellency? And some of this will be your words. Your Excellency, sir, I would also do a quick overview of where we are on the employment portal. Then I will start to talk about the business grants, itself, which is the basis for why we are gathered here. I've sort of posed these as questions so that it will help drive the message home. For example, what is this business grant? How do you get shortlisted? Who will not be shortlisted? That's quite important. Am I shortlisted? I'm shortlisted, so what? I've been paid, what is next? Where can I get help? These are some of the things I want us to perhaps take away from today, in addition to, obviously, the symbolic handing out of the check by His Excellency. The first one, Your Excellency, recall that you had a youth charter with Akwa Ibom youths. And this was stemmed from the fact that, the demonstration, they did not take part. And you were thrilled by this action, and you visited them at the Umo Sports Stadium, and you made some promises, Your Excellency. First of those promises, Your Excellency, was that, you were going to give up to 60,000 youths, 50,000 monthly to be able to cushion, if you like, a stopgap, while the search for employment. If you like, call it a business grant. If you like, call it a seed fund. That was number one, Your Excellency. You also did mention that you plan to empower 2,000, micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your Excellency, permit me to tell everyone here that you've already gone ahead and identified these persons. The data is ready. And if you remember, during the budget presentation, this was very clear, that this is going to start, in January. So that's also some of the things, you did promise the Akwa Ibom youth. It also did promise that through the Ministry of the Internal Security, you would recruit additional 3,000 persons to help with, security. We thought, that was noble. So that was number three thing. You also suggested you will train up to 1,000 youths at the Dakada Skill Acquisition Center. Your Excellency, allow me to inform everybody that you've already started this training. Most of them are in class as we speak. You obviously, it's common knowledge to most people now, Your Excellency, that you are paying the educational grant to students living with disability, 250,000, for undergraduate, 300,000, for postgraduate. And we also know very well that, the previous year you've paid the student bursary. And Your Excellency, on the day at the Umo Sports Stadium, you did increase that sum from 10,000 to 20,000 naira for undergraduates, 30,000 naira, for postgraduate. So I thought I should also mention this. Again, you promised also the Ibom-led, you would train additional 2,000 youths. Again, for example, the Ladies in White is a good example, which are people that have already started this program. You talked about training and empowering youths in agriculture, and obviously you did mention the deployment or commissioning of the Arise Youth Employment Portal. And perhaps that's why we're here, or perhaps maybe another reason why we're here. The Arise Youth Employment Portal, is that portal where, youths of the Akwa Ibom state that are unemployed and perhaps underemployed go there, register themselves, and to seek engineers, to come on board, so which is great. You can also offer funding and training support. For example, we're here today, as a means to just showcase that. And not just government are on the platform. I mean, private firms are on the platform. NSEC Construction is on the platform, Bulletin is on the platform, AQs, which is a non-governmental organization, is on the platform. There are quite a few that are on the platform. Amitech is on the platform, so this is good. The two types of jobs you can compete for on the platform. The first one is a government support or grant, i.e. an example is why we're here today. For example, the Ibom-led is a perfect example of a government grant. The Dazak Skill Acquisition Center, the training going on, another example. The 15,000 persons that between now and December will be receiving 50,000 naira is another example of a government grant. So, number one, you can get a government grant if you are registered on the platform. Number two, you can compete for open jobs. What are open jobs? AQs, for example, Bulletin, for example, Amitech, for example, Ministry of Transport, or the head of service can come on board and advertise, for jobs. And so I need this kind of people, and you can apply. So that's what I mean. Again, let's spend some time and talk about government grants. The first one, 5,000 youths a month across the 31 local government. This is one of the promises His Excellency made to Akwa Ibom youths. And perhaps today, that promise has been fulfilled. Another one is the 2,000 youths to be trained at Ibom-led, and also the 1,000 youths to be trained at the Dakada Skill Acquisition Center. This is an example of government grant. And as you can imagine, I will say this quite often today, once you take advantage of a government grant, you cannot benefit from another one until everyone on the platform has had a shot. So please take note. The gentlemen here today are beneficiaries. At the end of today, you will receive a credit of 50,000 naira. But the good news is that that's it for it. You can stay on the platform, you can apply for other jobs, but you will not be able to benefit from any other government grant. I think I have to keep drumming that in. Now, the open jobs, I've mentioned this again, so maybe we just skip along. Now, these are the current opportunities on the platform now as we speak. If you go to employment.akwaibomstate.gov.ng, scroll down a little, you will see this live opportunity scroll down. Amitech, for example, is looking for experienced heavy machinery operators and drivers. If you have that experience, please, make sure you apply. They're also looking for carpenters with experience in firm work, field surveyors, mechanics experience with auto cards, card engines, roller machines operator. So these are live opportunity on the platform. Again, upcoming ones, as we speak, Ministry of Transport have approached us, and they want us to curate, 0201-2291, then 111. That's the number. Again, make sure you have this number and the email. All right, to the business of the day. I'll take another 5 minutes. Again, I've gone through this, right? His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno promised to assist 60,000 youths, as a business grant. So that is why we're here, and that is part of the youth, if you like, charter. Now, like the Permanent Secretary already suggested, the payment is to cover October, November, and December. So every youth selected for this grant will receive the sum of 50,000 naira in their registered bank account. So don't call our support line and say, oh, by the way, I want to change my bank account. We're unable to do that. It's only going to come to the registered bank account. And I have to stress, it's a one-time payment, Is that okay? So if this set of 5,000 that I received for October means another set will receive for November and another set for December. That's why we got 15,000 youths. Now, how do we select these people? How come that some people have received a notification and some have not? Number one, we prioritize youth from the age of 16 to 35. When we've exhausted that number, with the permission of His Excellency, we'll start to go other age bracket. But that's the priority for now. You must not be in a paid employment. I can't say this any better. You must not be in a paid employment. The next few slides, we will see some reason why this is important. Again, you must have completed your profile on your account, 100%. If your profile is 20 or 30, 40%, I'm afraid you will not be selected. That will have to select other people that the profile is 100%. Why is this important? We need to know that you're serious about this. We're only paying people that are serious about this, not people that accidentally got on the platform. And you must accept the shortlisting. So when you get an email, please, you'll be given 2 weeks to go in there and accept the shortlisting. You must accept it. I don't think you can get money you're not looking for. So that's the theory behind it. You must accept it. And once you accept it, automatically you get on a payment list, right? And before you are paid, you must also accept the term and condition. One, that you're not in any paid employment. Very important. And 2, that because you've taken this grant, you are no longer eligible for any other government grant. This is very important. So you must accept that. Once you do, you will be credited. Again, I think I should clarify this. You don't have to do anything. Our system has the capability to select 15,000 in one go. But as you can imagine, we need to do quality checks. We need to call you. So we're doing it in batches of 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So if you've not been called yet, you will be called. If you meet this requirement, you will be called. As I speak now, Your Excellency, we've perhaps shortlisted 3,000 and something persons, so still a lot to be shortlisted. So be at peace. Everyone that qualifies, will be called. And also, I should stress, gender parity is a big thing for us, so it's 50-50. If we get 2,000 women, it has to be 2,000 men, to a point that we don't have the numbers that way again. So that's what we're doing. Okay. You might ask yourself, I've met this criteria, but I am not selected. I've not been called. I thought I'd stress, it's 15,000. Your Excellency, I remember very well when you said 15,000, I had to look at you again. It's 15,000. It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of numbers. You will be called. If you meet this criteria, I can assure you, you will be called. It's 15,000. I have to stress that. We still have to make sure we undergo the quality checks. It's really important that the people we are shortlisting are not civil servant. They are not taking part in Ibom-led. They are not at Dakota Skill Acquisition Center. So we have to do this check. That's why we're taking time. So please bear with us. The next one, please. Now, this is not really what we're proud to show, but we have to show it to make sense of all the point we're making. All right? These are the persons that will not be shortlisted even when you're on the platform. I can tell you that. Ibom Community Watch, for example, we have the data. Already 43 persons from the Ibom Community Watch have tried to register. So the assumption we're making is that, they're not quite happy with the Ibom Community Watch, I can imagine, but you are not going to get any government grant. We can assure you that. The Entrepreneurial Accelerator Program, Ibom-led, 3 of them, the Batch 1, the Batch 2, the Batch 3, you can see the numbers there. Again, you cannot get government grants. Dakota Skill Acquisition, the 300 of you, you cannot quite get government grants. Civil servant, this is the amazing one. We have some civil servant on the platform, so that's not really a good statement to make. So we're checking this, and this is in counting. So as the civil service verification is going on, we're checking our system to ensure that, you can't get this money. It's a bit unfair, to be a civil servant and then try to, take money that are for unemployed. So I think this is where we are now. All right, next slide, please. All right, thank you. Please, the previous one. So if you're shortlisted, please, you will receive an email. Accept the shortlisting. Then you've added to our payment list. Then you must agree that you are not in an active or paid employment. Then you acknowledge that you will not longer be eligible for any payment. Then check your payment status. You will be paid. It's as simple as that. The next one. All right, I've been paid. Can I still access the portal? 100% yes. The portal is not just about the business grant. I must tell you that. If you're paid, please keep checking. Jobs are coming on. There's quite a lot of jobs that are coming on the pipeline. Please keep checking. Don't forget, perhaps the Excellency would have this say is better than I will. This is supposed to be a stopgap, payment. So you need to keep checking. Do not remove yourself. Do not just keep checking. You will find open jobs, you can apply for. And who knows, His Excellency might change his mind and have other business grants that you can apply for. So please, keep checking on the platform. Next one. This is, again, where you can get help. I think it's very, very important we have this number. Right. In terms of credit, Your Excellency, sir, I think, I just have to put it in there. Governor of the Year, 2024. I did not say it. Yeah. And again, because I stand here, I sometimes unfairly take some of the credits, which is a bit unfair. I thought I'd just showcase some of the people behind the screen that make this work. These guys, they work a lot. Day and night, they receive your calls. They do the development. They do all sorts. So I just thought I'd just showcase them, so that we tell them thank you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Frank Ekpeyon. Quite an elaborate presentation there, and I trust that some of the questions and conundrums we may not have fully understood, you have the light being shed on them now. Your Excellency would take some Goodwill messages, 4 in all, but I have about 8 minutes to complete that item. The chairman of Algon will start for us because he's a ready speaker. The SSA to the governor on youth mobilization would be next, and then the SSA female youth would also speak because youth, male and female, should be represented, and the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Youth, Development and Sports will end. Please, can we put our hands together and celebrate Dr. Umo Eno? Youths from all the local government areas are here and properly selected to represent them, so the chairman of Algon speaks for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, our dear Governor, youth-friendly Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno. Ladies and gentlemen, well, Your Excellency, I really don't have much to say but to commend you for the initiative that you have put on ground for our young people, the love you have for them, the passion you have for them, that you've exuded all through. Your administration seems to center around the welfare of the young people, and we must commend you sincerely from the 31 local beneficiaries. These beneficiaries reside in our local government areas. They are from our local government areas. So they are very proud to be associated with your administration. Your Excellency, you have done so well, and we commend you. And for the intellectual industry exhibited by our brother here and the entire members of the directorate, we must also commend them for taking pains to go through all of these processes to ensure that the final outcome reflects the collective aspiration or yearning of His Excellency, the Governor of our dear state. So we thank you and we commend you. We hope we'll continue to do more and more. And for the beneficiaries, well, for those who are one-time beneficiaries, there are all other openings available for you to continue to check the platform and enlist yourself. And be hopeful, too, that other opportunities will also show up. Your Excellency, thank you so much for this, and we thank you, and we thank you, and we thank you.
When His Excellency commissioned the first project when he assumed office, I still remember that Dr. Umo Eno quoted John Milton that the morning shows the day. I'm sure that this day is bright enough. Can we celebrate His Excellency one more time as I welcome the SSA to the Governor on Youth, Mr. Ini Akpan. But for this meeting, I think Olokbo goes. Can we celebrate him? Can we celebrate him as he comes?
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, the award-winning governor. Good afternoon, everybody. Build the youth. Your Excellency, sincerely, we cannot thank you enough. You have done so much for the youth of Akwa Ibom State. Not just the grant, skill acquisition, even appointment. Everything in this government centers around the youth. Your Excellency, may the good Lord bless you. And for our youth, please, whom much is given, much is expected. Please make good use of the grant you get and ensure you use it wisely. And we know, Your Excellency, that the youth of the state will continue to support you. You love us and we love you much more. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. We welcome SSA to the Governor, female youths, purple, lemon, jifa, all of them put together. Please, can we put our hands together and celebrate Mrs. Esther Sam? Thank you.
Your Excellency, the pragmatic Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, Ph.D., I recognize you. All ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, sir, I really want to thank you for all you're doing for the female youth in Akwa Ibom State. I stand here to appreciate you, not just for the female youth that are here or the female youth that have made it, but for the female youth, those in the trenches, those in the suburb, those in the rural area, those in the urban area. Sir, you're doing so much for the young girls. And with you, it's very certain that our future is sure. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, as you continue to do more. And to the young girls, I want to say that we all know when you build a woman, you build a nation. With this, I know we're going to multiply it so much. Thank you, and may God bless us in Jesus' name.
The SSA female youth describes this as a multiplication seed. Please, can we celebrate her? Thank you so much. As we welcome the father of the youth, can we celebrate Honorable Commissioner, Youth Development and Sport, Akwa Ibom State, Samonde Ebongoko. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, the father of the youth of Akwa Ibom State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, this is a promise made and a promise that you've been able to actualize, sir. We are very happy. We thank you. I thank the team that handled this. But one thing that made me very happy is that when he was showing those who were trying to do some sort of fraud, youths were not mentioned. So I thank the youth of Akwa Ibom State for being so nice. Excellency, I thank you, and I know you are going to do more and more for the youth of Akwa Ibom State. For the youth, get prepared. This is your time. God bless all of you.
Please, can we celebrate him one more time, as I appreciate all the speakers today for helping me keep this event within the scheduled time. Next event, I'll call the same people. Your Excellency, please, we want to very respectfully invite you now to make presentations to about 9 of the beneficiaries, just to represent the 15,000 beneficiaries. We want to respectfully please invite His Excellency, who would please come forward. I'll just very quickly call all of them now. You come out, receive your check. This check is a representation of the cash which is already available and perhaps already in your account as we speak. Thank you. Thank you. Prince Abraham, please come. All 9 of you, Nte Humphrey Sunday, please also come. And of course, go ahead. Dr. Frank. Prince Abraham receiving the first check there. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Please, when you receive, you go towards your right. Thank you. The PS Humanitarian Affairs would present the next 2, would give the next 2 to the governor. Please, can we go Humphrey Sunday? Thank you. Patience Akaiso, next in line. Thank you very much. Patience Akaiso to please go on, while Mary Edet Anwana is next in line. Thank you. Mary Edet Anwana, please, next in line. Wisdom Anyefiok Namso. Dr. Frank, please go ahead. Wisdom Anyefiok Namso. All of them here just representing the 15,000. Please, let's go ahead. Rosemary Francis. Idoroyan Rosemary Francis, next to receive. Congratulations. Use your seat wisely. Thank you very much. James Dominic Obot, next in line. Thank you very much. We congratulate all of you. Queen Monday Nkeruwem. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Queen, please go ahead. Stephen Etam Edet, please, can we celebrate Stephen as he goes ahead? Thank you so much. Please, all 9 of them to return for a group photograph with His Excellency. Please, you can wait, Stephen. All the other 9, come with your checks and be properly positioned for a group photograph with His Excellency. Please, let's be swift about it. Thank you very much. Please, His Excellency will return to his seat while we have one of the beneficiaries speaking on their behalf. Please let all of them just stand together. One of them will speak on their behalf. Vote of thanks from the 15,000 beneficiaries of the business grant harvested from the Arise Employment Portal. Please take a moment, 2 minutes vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, on behalf of all the beneficiaries today, I want to say thank you very much for the grant. We promise to make good use of this grant, and we assure you that you'll be proud of what we will do with this token that you have given to us. Once again, thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Can we continue to celebrate them? Continue to celebrate them. Continue to celebrate them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, as has been severally emphasized in the course of this event, this is only something that they can hold on to while they aspire for more sustainable employment. All of them are still on the Arise Employment Portal, and we trust that as these companies and as the government get on to get employees from there, these ones will also be beneficiaries. Please, can you put our hands together and celebrate them as we also celebrate His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Thank you so much. Now we have come to the moment where we hear from, I use the terminologies of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, His Excellency, Daddy Wede Pampa, His Excellency, Big Daddy, His Excellency, the most compassionate governor in Nigeria. Please, can we put our hands together and celebrate our governor as he goes on for his address at this event.
Thank you so very much, the band. Please, let's take our seats. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, the Coordinator of the Office of the First Lady, the Honorable Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, the National Woman Leader of our party, the PDP, that have joined us here, the Chairman of PDP in Akwa Ibom State and your ESCO, members of the National Assembly that are here with us, honorable members of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Secretary to Government of the State, Head of the Civil Service, Executive Assistant and Chief Delivery Advisor to the Governor, honorable commissioners that are here, honorary special advisors, service commanders, wife of the former governor of our state, chairman of boards and commissions, permanent secretaries, and heads of extra ministerial departments, chairman of local government councils, led by the chairman of Algon, critical stakeholders, senior citizens, our youths that are here with us and across the state, all the 15,000 beneficiaries that are here represented, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, build the youths. Let me start by wishing us all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. We are gathered here this afternoon to prove in concrete terms that we don't just talk the talk, we also walk the talk. Sometimes to put a machinery in place to achieve a goal is always difficult. But whatever we say, we mean them. And I'm sure by the report of the Senior Special Assistant on ICT this afternoon, you'll see the robust machinery that has been put behind this work, getting us to where we are today. Selection process, verification process, it's a big, big work. And we want to thank the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on ICT for doing a very robust work to get us to where we are. We thank you. And this underscores the point that someone raised yesterday during the ministerial briefing, that the state needs to be digitalized. And I remember telling him that we have gone far beyond that and welcome all other support. We have taken time to document because, like I've said to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, they will be audited someday. And so there's need to keep our records. There's need to be ready for when that audit will happen. And that's why I am so proud of the work they are doing, all of the grants that we have given, how they are able to capture all of them and ensure that we don't have repetition. And that's why when questions are asked, we just want to use them for the purposes of verification. I'm not too surprised that people will attempt, but I can tell you that we have worked very hard to ensure that you may not be able to break the codes to be able to get grants twice. I'm surprised that civil servants are also applying. Maybe they want to change position, and but we pray that God will forgive them, for they know not what the head of service will have to take that up with them. You know, and critically, we give this grant once, and the process, it is actually the machine, the computer that selects. Once you are qualified across the 31 local government, we don't look at party here. Of course, nobody asked you to say which party you belong. It is for Akwa Ibomite, and we try to make sure that we let it go round, so long as you qualify. And this is one of the schemes I had earlier on announced. And today, I'm happy to announce that the first set of beneficiaries, 15,000 of them, representing 5,000 youths, drawn from all the 31 local government areas who are gathered here in this hall, will be paid 50,000 naira each, October, November, and December. This process will continue until 60,000 beneficiaries are paid. The Akwa Ibom youth, majority of you, have this great attribute, and I want to use this opportunity to challenge you to think big. Put your heart and soul into where your passion and skills are, and government will partner and support you. You have all it takes to succeed, and will give you the wings to fly, the fuel to lift your flight of success, and guardians to land safely. All you need to do is to believe and apply your faith, and it will happen. If it had worked for me or anybody else, it can and will surely work for you. All of the people that are helping government today, Dr. Frank, Morgan, all of them are youths, but they have used their gifts and their talent well. So in any area you choose, please just concentrate. And I know that we are here for you. We are committed to our youth and to the growth of our youth. And that's why we are giving so much prominent roles to our youth. Look at chairmen of local government areas today. I can tell you 90% of them are young people, the vice chairman. And that's what we're doing. We place a very high premium on youth. We want to showcase you to the world. We want to support you. And as long as we remain here by the grace of God, we'll continue to work with our youths. From the Dakada Skill Acquisition Center to Ibom-led, our youths are getting necessary training and skills, and we are providing seed funds for them to start their SMEs. All across the state, we are showing the human face of government, and that's what it is. Only yesterday, I directed the Commissioner for Education to ensure that she gives the Dakada Skill Acquisition Centers shoes to make, uniforms to sew, bags to make, so that they too can participate and make money. I even said, give the school contracts to make our tables, our chairs, because from the sample we saw yesterday, they are doing very good. That is how to build a skilled society. Once you find something doing, even the Bible says so, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. We're trying to ensure that our youth stand out, that you are not just used as talks during political campaigns, but you get something meaningful so that you can have your own heart and mind to do what you want. And that's where we make a difference. So I hope that this little effort of government will be appreciated. Concentrate, even if it's groundnut, whatever you have chosen to do, even if you choose to become a washerman, you can take clothes, wash them, keep them clean. People will begin to patronize you. But most importantly, visit the employment portal. Early next year, we are going to inaugurate the Labor Committee. And the job of that Labor Committee will be to work and fetch out every company doing business on the soil of Akwa Ibom. And we will make sure that we work with them. They will tell us their employment ratio, how many Akwa Ibomites are working with you. And all we are asking for is go to the portal, select people you want, because if you open the portal, you will find people in various categories. You want engineers, they are there. You want medical people, they are there. We want companies to understand that we will not allow them continue to ship out jobs anymore. When we want our youth to be employed. And that's why in the committee that will be set up, we'll bring people that will be able to take them on. We'll bring our lawyers, we'll bring great other people, engineers. The committee will be robust so that they can engage with all companies operating in our state. First of all, their first assignment will be to even compile those companies. Let us know how many companies are in Akwa Ibom. And then we know them, we can now begin to say to them, let us partner with you. Use the portal. So I'd like to advise our young people, if you are not yet on this portal, please go there, because all of the employment going forward will be from this portal. Even if it's government, I am aware that I've given directive for civil service recruitment. I'm just waiting for the right numbers. Once they present it, we'll approve. I know we've approved 400 for health, another 200 for local, the health centers. And once they are ready, they will go to the portal and they will use the best practice procedures to advise people to come for interview, and then we'll employ. At the end of the day, our Department of Statistics should be able to say the number of people that we have given jobs from that portal. I think that's the way to go, and that's the way to make it easy and show transparency in the things that we are trying to do. It may be slow, but we'll get there. We have 3,000 youths to be employed in Ibom Community Watch, and I'm sure that within the first quarter of next year, that will be done. So that in every local government, we'll have our young people that will work with our security agencies to give the necessary information that will help. At least protect government's properties, where we can stop all this vandalization, because I know that in every local government, in every village, we'll have a community watcher that will help us to organize security, working with the youth presidents of these villages. These things take time, but the truth I want to say to you is that it will be done. On a lighter note, some people have complained, oh, governor said this is not done. But you can see the enormous work that we are putting behind these things. And let me even surprise you. As a pastor, if you read your Bible, there are many, many promises that God has made to us, and He still expects us to pray. And He says to us, I'll do this for the house of Israel, I'll do this for the house of Israel, I'll do this for the house of Israel. And he concludes in Ezekiel 33 and says, yet for these things they will remind me. So even if God can ask you to remind him of the things he has promised you already, who am I that he will not remind me for the things we have promised you? God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, thank you so much. Please, having come to the end of this engagement on that very spiritual note, I want to invite all of us to rise on our feet as we take the national anthem to end. The national anthem, please. Thank you.